Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your August the 1st spiritual principle day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. I'm doing excellent. Okay. The title of the meditation, The Power of Creative Action. Creative action keeps us moving forward. That comes from our Guiding Principles book, All Will Be Well. One way for us to examine the power of creative action is to take a clear look at its spiritual polar opposite, destruction. In our active addiction, instead of building up our lives, we knocked them down. We demolished relationships, careers, and property. We self-destructed, harming our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. In many cases, our destructiveness resulted in losing our freedom. As melodramatic as it may sound, we can rise from the rubble, fumes, and bloodshed of our self-destruction. We destroyed a lot, but we didn't destroy everything. Because we're alive and we're clean, we have the opportunity to rebuild. Most simply, creative action is everything we do to reconstruct our lives and elevate our communities. It includes all the actions we take to build our self-esteem, strengthen our relationships, and bolster our integrity. It's important to note that some of us use our creativity to build only our outsides, getting our looks back, doing our time and being released, finishing the degree, or retiring in style, but deny our spiritual needs. That neglect can lead us down a path of destruction. We may not relapse, but we risk destroying some of the good we built in our time clean. The creative actions we take to stay engaged in our recovery, give of ourselves in service, and nurture a relationship with our higher power will sustain our spirits even as we thrive in other ways. We will make mistakes and may experience massive failures beyond our control. We are bound to take actions that undermine our progress and hurt others. We aren't perfect, but again, we can rebuild. Our capacity to engage in creative action during times of adversity is key to our progress. Learning how to be grateful for life's hard-hitting lessons is the ultimate protection against our destructiveness. I'm going to take this moment to examine my destructive tendencies. Today, I'll find an opportunity to consciously and creatively prevent them from taking over. Wow, wow, wow. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. I like this meditation. It's causing me to have some very deep thoughts. I remember last year when I did this meditation, and when I did this meditation last year, I remember saying, I have never read this meditation before. This is amazing. I remember my reaction to it, and my reaction today, this year, is quite similar because I love when hope arises. I love it when people begin to see that they're not so bad after all. And that's what I want for you today. I want for you to look at all of the destruction, right? I want you to take a look at it in this first paragraph, right? Demolished relationships, careers, and property, self destruct, harming our bodies, our minds, and spirits, and all of the rubble and fumes and bloodshed that come with self destruction. A war zone is what this is talking about. And we did that to ourselves. For the most part, no, when you had a choice to not get high, we still chose to get high. Some people were forced to get high, right? Some people, their parents put stuff in their baby bottles to make them stop crying, right? Some people were born with drugs in their system and they went through withdrawals and always had a tendency to crave something else. Yeah, so it's true that no one made you get high, but there are some situations where the people that were caring for you got you high just to be funny sometimes. I mean, that's part of my story, right? And so all of the destruction that came from the choice that we made to live a life in active addiction was like a war zone. It really was. But look at you now. Go ahead, go in the mirror and look at yourself right now. Put your phone on camera and look at yourself right now. Look at you now. You're up listening to a meditation, right? First thing in the morning, starting your day off right, getting your mind set before you encounter other people, getting yourself centered. Some people are waking up doing exercising. Some people in treatment, they're listening and they're sitting around a table or in a lounge area drinking coffee and listening to this. Maybe you're just out on your porch having coffee and vaping or smoking or whatever you're doing, your cigarettes, right? But look at you. We're not intentionally causing harm to ourselves and others today. And we're not saying that we don't make mistakes as we go along, right? We clean up our past, our side of the street, but that doesn't mean it stays clean. I mean, are you a saint? Hardly, right? You're not. We're human and we're going to make mistakes. Some things can't be avoided. Sometimes a divorce cannot be avoided. People are abusive sometimes. And we keep hoping that this is going to work and it's not going to work. And we have to let go. And we do, but not without claw marks. We're holding on to the bitter ends. Now is a time and a season of rebuilding ourselves. One day at a time, 1 second at a time, one moment at a time, one good decision at a time, one phone call to your sponsor at a time, one meeting at a time, one step at a time, one bullet question in the step working guide at a time, one goal, one dream at a time. Give ourselves room to recover. When was the last time you went to let's say a recovery event, a convention? They're all over the world, right? Every state, every region, there's conventions everywhere. Go to na.org, look up events, and find an event that you and your friends can go in on a room, go in on gas, or fly in and just enjoy recovery. Just enjoy the fruit of your hard work here. Rebuild yourself. enjoy that refreshing. I think it's good to examine your destructive tendencies, but I think it's more powerful, right? More important to take the time to figure out how you can creatively prevent those things that you did from happening again. That's your step work, right? But what can you do to continue to build yourself up? Your bounce back has to be on point. You remember them sayings, if you don't work any other stuff perfectly, you need to work step one perfectly. Your bounce back game has to be on point. You have to be buoyant in this program and appreciate your experience, strength, and hope. I was talking to another recovering person. He said, he was talking to his boss and he said, well, in my opinion, and he said his boss looked dead at him in his eye. And he said, and why do you think your opinion matters? I'm telling you, this is what I want. This is what I need. And I expect for you to do it. I didn't ask you for your opinion. Matter of fact, most people don't care about other people's opinion because everyone has one. When I want your opinion, I will say, what do you think about this? He said his boss reduced him in size just that quick over a word. What he meant to say was, my experience shows me this. I want you to try that. Instead of having an opinion and voicing it, express yourself based on your lived experience, right? And watch people change how they respond to you. That alone will assist you in rebuilding your reputation and your relationships and your interaction. That alone will be constructive instead of destructive. That's just a golden nugget at the end of the meditation from me for you today. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that you have a beautiful day on purpose. I intend to talk to you soon.